In this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to actually change yourself to achieve your goals. Because if you didn't know, every single week, maybe not week, but every single month you are changing yourself. It doesn't have to be consciously, you don't do it consciously, but your friends, your environment, everything else influences you. So even if you don't want, you are changing yourself. So why not actually get this thing changed to work for you, for your goals? So I have steps outlined here. This time is on a paper because I haven't written in quite a bit. I'm gonna walk you through the steps. First one is to actually decide what you want to achieve. So your goal. I've spoken about this recently, but if you have a goal, please don't overcomplicate it, because I've seen people say, yeah, but you need to have a purpose, you should have a passion or a purpose. Okay, that's cool if you have one, but I feel like that's putting too much pressure on someone that doesn't actually know what their purpose is. And the people that speak about purpose, they put it that way that if you don't have it, you need to find it. And they don't even describe how you find your purpose. So I like to think of purpose as my current mission. My current mission is my business, and my current mission was, because I already did it, my marathon. So you don't have to have a clear purpose, something that you're purposeful about. If you have it, okay, but I didn't have it, and people were saying, yeah, but you need to be purposeful, you need to have a clear passion about something. I didn't have one, and I just wanted to make money for now. That was my goal. So whatever you have for now, that's your goal, that's your current purpose layer. If you want to say it that way, stick to it. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Now that you have your goal, I hope so, now you need to see the person that actually can achieve your goal. How do you see it? When you write it down. Think of it like a game where you can decide what habits, skills, and characteristics, so character, a person has, and try to do it in a way that if you design this person that you designed can actually achieve your goal. So grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down your goal, and below that write down all the habits, all the skills, and all the characteristics that this person needs to have. Now that you've done that, hopefully pause this video. The second step is to actually understand how this thing works. So I'm gonna give you the answer to who am I? And I hate it because a lot of people overcomplicate things. They don't have to, but they do. It is just human nature, I guess. But the simple answer to who am I is, what do I believe to be true? Listen, humans act in accordance with their beliefs. So your beliefs influence what actions you take. And what kind of person you are is just what actions you take. Because I don't think it's actually right for people to ask, who am I? And to think that it has to be some kind of wee-wah answer. It's just your actions. Because even if you think you're a hard-working person, if you're not working every day, despite if you feel like it or not, you're not a hard-working person. So really, who am I is just your actions, but you act in accordance with your beliefs. So what do you need to do? You need to change your beliefs. And the answer to who am I is, what do I believe to be true? What is my belief system? Now that you know that, let's go. Next step. How to change your beliefs. And I actually have 3 types of things that you can do to actually start changing your beliefs, to become the person that can achieve your goal and change your belief system in order to actually act in accordance with it and do the things that you're supposed to do and achieve your goal. First one, and this is the best one to start with and the best one to continue with. Listen, it's affirmations. Because let's say that the person you wrote down, all of his characteristics you're not this kind of person yet. So you're not gonna take the actions that this person has to take in order to actually achieve the goal that you want to achieve. So the first step, the easiest step that you can start with is affirmations, because beliefs are formed through information and experiences. So what you need to do, you need to change your experiences. And this, by the way, doesn't have to be only real experiences, because the brain, I don't know where I read this, you can call me out on this one, it's bro science, but I don't care. The brain doesn't actually understand if it's real or if it's not, if you imagine it. For example, imagine the most embarrassing moment that you had recently. Imagine it. I mean, close your eyes, imagine it. You just lived through the same experience that you had twice, and you probably felt some kind of, I said embarrassing, so some kind of, but you get what I mean. Even if you don't actually experience it in real life, it can actually give you the same kind of emotions internally. Let's call it that way. So let's say that you want to make more money, and I'm gonna get the example with hard working. Let's say that you need to be a hard working person. This is the characteristics that you need, that you wrote down. Okay, screw it. Let's actually use my example, because I just updated my affirmations list recently. I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second, so you get to like me more and get more followers, so I get more rich money. Recently, I started to slack a bit in terms of overall work and wasting my time. So for the past year and a half, for the first 1 year, I've been pretty much a demon in work. I didn't waste any time. I didn't spend any time on things that I know I shouldn't, like social media. I mean, not social media as in posting content, because I didn't even post content, but scrolling mindlessly on social media, watching podcasts that don't even add that much value, and I know it, watching videos that don't add that much value. Yeah, those kinds of stuff. And I really hate it, because for the first 1.5 years, for the first 1 year, I managed to do that flawlessly. So I worked every single day without exception, and I didn't have those problems like social media, mindless scrolling, YouTube videos and stuff like that. I see it. I see that I'm doing it now because I track it. If I actually track my life and my habits, my work, productivity, and everything, and I see when I slack. And the things that I updated on my affirmations list. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna read you one of them, and I'm gonna read it too, just because I want to give you an example to make it easier for you. So yeah. Okay. So when I wake up in the morning, no matter what emotions I feel, I spring out of bed and begin attacking the day without my phone. I feel disciplined. This is one of them. Next one. I follow my schedule and I do my habits every single time perfectly without missing a day. No matter how I feel, I conquer the day. I'm a fucking demon when it comes to following a structure in my day, and I never miss no matter how I feel. Next one. When I see a task on my to-do list, I fucking go and do it. I don't think about it and procrastinate. I fucking open what needs to be open, and I do what needs to be done without overthinking it. And even if I feel the resistance, I remind myself that it's not me. I'm not a person that skips tasks because they seem painful. I am the person that does everything that he is supposed to do. So yeah, I'm not gonna show you the entire list, but it's not complicated. It's not like some weird things. You just say what you need to do, describe the person that you need to become, or you are, because I'm gonna go to the next step, but I've been that person that I now wanna be like. The things that I just read, I was already there for some time, but people need to be reminded more than I fumbled it. People need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. So you've got to do it over and over again. And for the past maybe 4 months, I haven't done it consistently. So let's continue. So next step, and this is actually I've written to be the strongest factor when it comes to change. So every single step that I'm going to list out here, it doesn't play the same kind of role, because affirmations do work. They're easy to do because you don't have to actually be that person now. However, they're just little drops in the water bucket that you need to stack with proof that you're that kind of person. Actions, however, are the strongest factor when it comes to actually being that person, because you're literally the person that you need to be when you're doing the actions that you need to do. Okay? I don't have a clear task for you that you need to do to actually become that kind of person, but you probably know that you need to meditate every single day, no matter what kind of goal you have. I don't do it. I've skipped meditation for the past, I think, 10 days in a row. I haven't meditated. This is why I actually want to follow my daily schedule like I did, without any budge. Every single day, no matter how I feel. And you probably have some actions that you need to do. You probably don't follow your diet that you said you're gonna follow. You probably don't follow the schedule that you said you're gonna follow. You probably don't go to the gym every single time you said you were gonna do it. So start doing the actions that are required to actually be that kind of person that you just wrote down on that list. And I know that it sounds vague, because how do you do the actions without being the person that is capable to achieve those actions? Well, first you do your affirmations. And by the way, affirmations, they're gonna get boring after 5 days of doing them. By the way, every single morning and every single evening, but read them. And when you read them, visualize it, because just reading is not gonna do shit. You have to visualize what you're speaking into existence. This is why I actually give very specific moments, like when I wake up, I spring out of bed. I don't waste my time on my phone in the toilet because I don't want to do that. I imagine it. I imagine how I'm going to the toilet, how I'm sitting down to have a shit, and how I open my phone, but I remember what I wrote down on that list that I've read for the past 1 week, and now I have to use it. And I've already seen that moment happening, and I've already imagined and visualized myself grabbing my phone, opening it up, realizing that I'm doing stupid shit, and I need to put it down, and I put it down, because I've already done it in my mind. However many times you've done the visualizations. So affirmations, they are the same as visualizations, because affirmations is not just your homework to read. You have to visualize it and actually see it. See it. You have to feel the emotion. Otherwise, by the way, if you're just reading those affirmations day by day, you're gonna quit, first of all, and they're not gonna do shit for you if you don't actually have some kind of emotion while reading them. You have to visualize it, okay? And actions, take them. I cannot give you a specific thing that you need to do in order to actually start doing the actions, but I mean, you can meditate today for 20 minutes. Literally nothing is stopping you. You don't have to be this monk to be able to sit for 20 minutes and meditate. You can do it once. After that, visualize it however many times you need, how you felt like not meditating, but you did it anyway. So you're now the kind of person, you're not, by the way, but write it down on the affirmations. You're the kind of person that meditates every single day, no matter how they feel. And you can use this action that you took, that you meditated for 20 minutes this day, and you have to amplify it by repeating it over and over in your mind. This is how you form beliefs. And actions are the strongest factor, but they need to be rewinded in your mind. So use the affirmations when you've actually done the actions and before you've actually done the actions. Okay? And third is your environment. And I've left this for the last spot, because even though in previous videos I've talked about environment and how friends and family and everything around you influences how you think in your belief system, I actually don't think that your environment plays that big of a role if you've not changed first yourself. So what I mean by that is, when you've actually started doing the actions, started doing the affirmations and the actions that you need to take, and you've started seeing the change, people are not gonna call you out on that change. I mean, they're gonna call you out, but they're not gonna call it out in a good way. They're gonna probably make fun of you, mock you, tell you that you're strange, or some bullshit. And people can either give you a positive reinforcement of what you've done, or they can give you a negative reinforcement of what you've done. Let's say that you're out on a party, in a nightclub, and people around you, your friends, they know that you drink, let's say, and you decided you're gonna change. You've done the affirmations, you've done the actions, you have not drunk in your home. What the fuck? What kind of person drinks in their home? I mean, I know that there are probably plenty, but okay, whatever. You've done the actions, you've done the affirmations, and those people now, by the way, don't go in a nightclub if you're not gonna drink. I mean, okay, whatever. You go in a nightclub, and those people, they're gonna probably mock you and call you out why you're not drinking, and they're gonna give you alcohol literally in your face to drink. So when you tell them no, if you actually tell them no and you decline it, they're probably negatively gonna reinforce this moment. You're gonna remember this moment with bad feelings. They're not gonna say, oh, you're not drinking, that's very nice, I actually wanted to stop drinking, but by the way, I'm not against drinking. I have not drunk for the past maybe 7 months. I haven't touched alcohol at all. But yeah, I don't think it's that bad if you do it once, maybe once a month, once a week, once per 2 weeks, but not every day, not every week, not at all. That's just a bad habit that you have to get rid of. But those people, those friends are gonna call you out, and you're gonna remember this moment that you didn't drink as a bad moment in your mind. You're gonna feel embarrassed that you didn't drink, and all the friends who are calling you out on that, and you would just kind of an not outsider, how is it called? You were a strange person in that situation, and your monkey brain gets it that this moment was not good, it was bad. But if you actually have a good environment that most of the people don't have, they're gonna positively reinforce that decision. Oh, you're not drinking anymore, that's nice, I mean, it's unhealthy, so that's good that you did it. They're not gonna say that. So you need to actually change your environment and your friends as well. After you've actually started to see some change from, I'm pointing because my computer is there. When I'm pointing, I'm talking about the affirmations, okay? You've done the affirmations, you've done the actions, you've changed a bit, or you're starting to see change. People are gonna call you out. They're gonna give you negative experiences with that change, and you need to do the whole opposite. You need to have positive reinforcement of what you've done. So you're not gonna have it with your friends, probably cut them off. I have 1, 2, maybe 3 videos of talking about how I cut off my friends and how you should cut off your friends, so go watch them if you haven't watched them yet. And the next step, or the next, not step, but next point is that it's gonna take time. A lot of time. You're not gonna see change if you do your affirmations today. You're not gonna see change tomorrow. Actually, yes, you are. You're gonna see change, but it's probably gonna be for a very short period of time if you don't stick with it. Because even if you do your affirmations, even if you feel motivated to do a lot of actions today, meditate, journal, go work, go to the gym, eat healthy, if you do that for one day, that's not a change in your character. This is just once in a month moment that you've done what you need to be doing. So it's gonna take time, and you need to know that, because if you don't see, like I said, the positive reinforcement that you've changed, you won't see the results yet. It's not gonna take 1 week, it's not gonna take 1 month to achieve your goal, by the way. If your goal is kind of small, let's say, it's actually possible to achieve it in just 2 days. Yeah, most people don't actually have that big of goals, but it's okay. Achieve your goal, then you can move on to the next goal. But if you have some kind of small goal, that it's probably possible with two whole days of action taken and being that person that you wrote down, you can probably achieve your goal. But you're not doing it because you're not that kind of person yet. That's why I'm making this video, to actually make you this kind of person that can actually achieve your goal. Don't postpone your goal. I've seen people postpone their goal like it's something impossible that they need to do, that they cannot do no matter how hard they try. But if you see their goals, I mean, if I see their goals, it's something that I can do in 1 week, probably. And you're gonna have highs and lows. This is just life. You're gonna have what? You're gonna have highs, and highs, I mean, you're gonna have weeks, months, maybe, like I do. Right now, I'm in a low, but you're gonna have highs and you're gonna have lows. You're gonna do your actions, all of the actions that you need to take, all of the habits that you need to do, maybe for 1, 2, 3 months. But at some point, you're gonna hit a low point. That's when you gotta go watch this video again, or go through the affirmations again, read them out. I mean, do it every day, not just once a month. But I just wanted to prepare you, because if you're not prepared for hardship, so hard times, when they come, you're gonna think that it's not normal and you're gonna quit. But I'm telling you, it's normal. If you, for example, wanna have a no-fap streak, it's normal. You're gonna start, you're gonna have maybe 1 week of no-fap streak, or, by the way, that's bullshit. Don't do that. You're just making the problem bigger than it actually is, because fapping is not actually that big of a deal, but when you make it out to be a big deal, and that's why you struggle with it. So just be prepared. It's normal to have lows. It's normal to have lows. You have to be prepared for the lows. They're gonna come. You have to expect them. Okay? So that was it for this video. Thank you so much for actually sticking with me and watching it to the end. I really hope that I helped you. But if you have a question, you can of course comment down below, and I'm gonna try to help you personally. And if you want to connect with me on a more personal level, my Instagram is gonna be in the description down below this video. Thank you again for watching, and I'm gonna see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.